Hi peeps, Junction 6 here. Today's Sunday, and today I want to talk about dangerous sports I used to play in the Royal Navy. First one, of course, is cards. Yeah, everyone knows cards can lead to arguments. We used to play a lot of bridge and a lot of euchre and a lot of crib, and invariably it would end up with someone upset. Obviously nowadays people have moved on, and it's the same with video games. People get upset, don't they, if they lose. Another game we used to do is flight deck volleyball. Yeah, this can be quite violent indeed, and it can cause quite some nasty injuries. Well, why is it so dangerous, you say? That bit of string can get wrapped around your neck, around your legs, around your arms, coming off the court and getting a lot of rope burns is quite regular. Yeah, it's quite a dangerous sport, but not as dangerous as this one.
It's hockey on a boat.
Everything goes. You've got a flat puck that's made of rope and masking tape, upside down walking sticks made of hickory, and the idea is literally get stuck in and put the puck in the back of the net any way you can.
Deck hockey is a non-contact sport.
Yeah, okay, it's a non-contact sport. Really?
I think what's plain to see already is that nobody really cares about the puck. It's interesting. I think there's enough obstacles on here without actually trying to play hockey. And there's plenty of holes which can bloody out.
Yeah, this is quite a dangerous sport. It is really just a way for you to get back at someone and hit them with a stick. One of the other really dangerous sports is this, uckers. Don't ever, whatever you do, call it Ludo. It is not Ludo. This is a Ludo board, completely different. Now, I've seen loads of people with broken noses and other injuries caused by uckers. It is a violent, violent game. No doubt about it. I might even do a video on uckers, the rules, and why it is so violent. I think you'd find it quite interesting, actually. So I might do that next week. But of course, the most violent thing anybody in the Navy can play or do is the field gun. Yeah, the naval field gun. Used to be, it's finished now, they don't do it anymore. But it's basically running around with a great big cannon and a limber. And, well, I'll tell you what, I'll let Davina McCall explain.
This is the moment they've been waiting for, and as Hearts of Oak resounds around the arena, Portsmouth and Devonport once again take their guns, ready to push themselves to the limit. In fact, over the course of the tournament, each crew races 7 times against each of the other crews, and the winner is decided on overall timing. The record time of 2 minutes 40.6 seconds belongs to Portsmouth, the current champions.
Yes, I followed Portsmouth because all my ships were Portsmouth based apart from one, so I used to follow Portsmouth.
They've been a bit hampered by the weather in their training sessions, but more importantly, lost one of their star crew members, Derek French, when he took 900 pounds of gun barrel in the leg and had it badly broken. He's been replaced, but will the team be able to cope with the new addition?
Yeah, it's a dangerous game. Lots and lots and lots of injuries in training. That's why they have such a big crew. Lots of fingers get broken. Lots of legs get broken.
The weather's been just as cruel to Devonport, and they had to train on Sundays as well as the rest of the week. They've been the most consistent winners over the last 20 years and are eager to get their hands back on the silverware. Let's see. Over to the starter.
Don't forget, these are just regular members of the Royal Navy who have just volunteered to do this off their own back. These are not specialists at all. These are just regular naval guys.
And they're off on the first leg of the run this evening. Once down at the Warwick Road end, they wheel everything round and hurl it over the home walls. Men, guns, limbers. And in the centre, the sheer legs are set up with the 28-feet spars on top to help carry the first 2 men of each crew across the yawning gap of the chasm. is 28 foot wide, and there they go. And they are followed by the 10-foot spars that you now see slotted securely into the ramps on what's known as the enemy side of the chasm. Up go the wires, and on the wires the travellers. On the travellers, the men with the wheels. Now, each wheel weighs 120 pounds. The gun carriages are close behind, and they weigh 350 pounds.
The crews tend to change a lot because obviously guys who have done it previously might be on ships and can't get released to be able to do it again.
Right, it would appear that Devonport is slightly in the lead now, and as the travellers go back, and next is the great weight of the gun barrels. These weigh in excess of 800 weights each. You wouldn't think so to look at it though, would you?
The crews are given a special high-protein diet and do a lot of training, weight training and stuff like that to be able to build up the muscles to be able to take on these monster weights.
Then, once assembled, the whole lot are man-handled across the arena through small holes in the enemy walls. It's looking pretty much like they're neck and neck now, and what they have to do once they're through the enemy wall is get into position and fire 3 rounds.
The reason they do the Royal Navy field gun competition is to remember the guys from HMS Terrible who disembarked guns from their ship, hauled them across land in the relief of the township of Ladysmith in South Africa during the Boer War.
Okay, it's all now down to who can get the limbers through first. And they're wheeling the gun into position, preparing to fire. Let's see who gets there first. Oh, well, after that first leg, that was just so close.
You're not allowed any substitutions, but you are allowed to make running repairs to people, as we're about to see.
Okay, so that's the first stage over, and the crews take a well-earned breather while the officials make sure everything is shipshape. Oh, Nigel Ayling, Portsmouth's number 4, has taken what looks like a pretty nasty blow to the head. But there's always a medic on hand to make sure he's okay. He's stapling his head together. Oh, that's got to hurt. But I should think he's probably too charged up to feel anything at the moment.
Yeah, just staple his head back together. Why not?
I mean, he doesn't look too put out by that, does he? Okay, well, there's no rest for the wicked, and it's on to the second stage now. And they burst into action. Everything now goes over the enemy walls. Already the first 2 men of each crew have crossed the chasm on the Traveller and sent it back to their mates who are bringing up the rear. The first of them with wheels.
Those guys are known as the Speedy Wheels.
And then they're followed by the gun limbers. Everything is being closely watched by officials to make sure there are no penalties. Now, the first piece of gun to go across is the great weight of the gun barrels, 900 pounds a piece, remember.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm having to keep pausing, but I'm trying to get around YouTube's licensing type thing, and I have to pause it ever so often. Sorry about this, guys.
And it looks like Devonport are really moving ahead now. When the carriage arrives, the wheels are slipped onto the axles, the barrels lowered, and the gun taken away to a new firing position. Now, the last men to fly over are called the Flying Angels, and they bring the 10-foot spars with them, and when they're safely across, down slam the sheet legs, and Devonport are the first to fire.
The difference between winning and losing can be literally hundredths of a second.
2 over, and the strain is starting to show. These guys have done fantastically well. They've been under absolutely enormous pressure. They've got a lot of moral support there from their teammates. And I think the course is being checked over now, seeing if any penalties need awarding. Nigel looks amazingly composed, considering he split his head open earlier. Time for the final push now.
This is known as the run home and is usually the shortest of the 3 sections.
And they're off. They take their guns and limbers through the holes in the home walls. And when everything is through, they hook up the gun to the limber and pull its massive weight home. This is where the adrenaline really kicks in. Who's going to be first across the line? Look at them go, it's Portsmouth. Portsmouth were first, but who's going to be the overall winner? Did you see the guy from Portsmouth? He had his head stapled together.
Yeah, well...
While we were out there. Does that happen a lot?
It's an hard old game. It's an hard old game. Things like that happen.
Well, I can tell you now, Devonport did lose for a second time today, poor old Casclay, and that was down to penalties. So congratulations to Portsmouth.
Yeah, that is definitely a hard old game, as he said. Really hard old game. Anybody who takes part in field gun has got my utmost respect. That's it for this week, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Catch you next week.